the land where dreams are made and home to the most beautiful city on earth. Miami. Palm beaches, hideous graffiti, mark palm billboards, and legalized legal driving. That was a family of 4. Speaking of influencer driving, we have a lot of Polish people here, unfortunately. And now look, another drunk driver. Baseball, huh? To combat this, we measure blood levels in our driver's alcohol. It's working out great so far. And as you may have noticed, all of our residents are rich. Super rich. Mega rich. Supreme. Not all of them drive in supercars, but that's because they're cowards. We shame these people. Like Toyota, they bailed from our city because we didn't exempt them from police chases. Fucking. You might ask yourself, how is everyone so filthy rich in here? Well, we have 2 reasons. Firstly, over half our residents call themselves passionate, industrious, modest, and patriotic people, and live by it. The other half just haven't caught up yet. But more importantly, 2.1% of our GDP comes from our instant repair workers. 4.2% comes from child labor.
The children, they do yearn for the mines.
And the other 93.7%? Street racing. You heard it right. Miami's specialty is professional racism. No, wait, that kid was so wrong. The montage is starting. This is a terrible thing. Every single day, we host circuit races all around Miami, attracting the most diverse cast of Haitian billionaires. Running out of oil? Change the engine. Deflated tire? Change the car. Dead battery? Then I have good news for you. Those races are not exclusive to Africans. Fucking hating. All it costs is a functioning car and a 90% mortality rate, and you get paid big. So don't die. This isn't a suggestion, I am requesting compliance. We host 28 race events per in our ports alone!
Teoretycznie, co bym zrobił? Gdyby mój dziadek potrzebował wymiany stawu biodrowego, ale droga była zamknięta z powodu gloryfikowanego wyścigu selekcji naturalnej.
That is a very good question, mad dog of Warszawa. And the answer is very simple. He don't need no hips. All he needs is needs for speed. Your visit to the doctor can wait. We have races to win. Professional racism is very exciting, and sometimes our people take it a little far. A little too far. And look, I get it. The adrenaline rush of any turn potentially being your last. Riding at 200 miles per hour with limited visibility. Dodging traffic like I dodged the IRS. Why am I making this sound so positive? But worry not, future citizen of Miami, for we got you covered with our task force against drivers offering grievous stops. We're overpaying our shitposters. Now, we have spent all of our spare budget on training our ground units, and they are ultra competent.
Escaping.
On land. Thankfully, our entire state is surrounded by water. And rest assured that none of our racists are exploiting that fact. We've got patrol cars, armored cars, super armored murder cars, that black guy from Most Wanted, helicopters.
But the helicopter light looks like a PNG, I swear to God.
Spikes, and perhaps least surprising of all, corruption. I do not condone it. But I do not condemn it either, if you know what I mean. The money won't print itself. Well, the rate of illegal racing is occurring on a minimally basis. Being a cop in Miami is only the second most stressful position in the world. Right behind being a pedestrian. Speaking of legality, we legally is organized activity related to vehicles. We named them crews. They are basically like gangs with one key difference. The only thing we traffic is big wins, vehicle parts, and atrocious paint jobs. Hey, that's my car! Oh, okay, fine, I'll just make a new one. And guide you through on how to make a fire paint job here in Miami. First, we will select a color scheme. We have sunsets, dark space, retro Halloween, switching teams, German, etc. Personally, I'll go with like Next, we'll create a background layer of the secondary color. Next, we'll create a foreground using our tertiary color. Yes, that's a real word. This one will have deep meaning and symbolism. Now, the governor has outlawed snarky and inappropriate comments here in Florida, but that assumes we understand it, so I'll do mine in Japanese. Don't look it up. I also identify as a conspiracy theorist, and I live in I Told You So Street, founded in the Modern Warfare 2 era, so my Lambo doors will reflect just that fact. And finally, add the extra fluff like fade gradients and random ass symbols. But keep in mind, if you do not exceed the decal limit, it probably sucks. And here you have it, your very own Miami-approved car. I'll call mine the Pure Lambo. Let's take a look at some other residents' flashy cars. From the crew Soloblittzkrieg. Solo leveling was second apparently. Here we have the German Mercedes Kraken House from our dear Alterman. Can you tell us something about your car?
My rings are huge. Look at the rings. They are the biggest rings in the world.
Well, I agree, they're pretty big, but they're only the second biggest rings on Earth.
Second what? Exactly.
Well, of course, the Hollywood pedophile. Breaking news, the Miami mayor, Mars Sinnerman, has been found dead in his Hawaii plaza. Autopsy reveals he shot himself 22 times at the back of the head and proceeded to throw himself into a river. Police say this is a clear case of suicide and will not proceed with any further investigation. In other news, a local poll reveals 93% of Miami residents think money grows on trees. The other 7% said, quote, "Nice try, Fed, I'm still not paying my taxes." Now that we've covered the technical side of things, let's talk about Miami culture. First and foremost, if you're handsome, I have great but also terrible news for you. The bad news is that our cops are fucking ugly and will beat you up. Hunter eyes, more like hunted eyelid. Positive nasal... Is this real? The good news is that I will personally reward you proportionally to your handsomeness. Look at Earl Lucas here. I gave him $200 million for looking like that. I'm not gay, but he's almost as handsome as I am. Now, Miami has a lot of neon buildings and useless structures that are fun to ride on, but we also have rural zones. And of course, licensed off-road races. The only swamp we have here is one we ride on. Remember, if it exists, we will ride on it. For example, look at the Mad Dog of Warszawa. He took a Lamborghini from the 90s and tuned it to ride the fucking desert. Nobody can stop him. Look at this cheating asshole putting a Lambo on off-road wheels, that fucking smartass, that exploiting fucking piece of shit. We also have drifting. For some reason, everyone loves it most, but pays them least. It's like the AI revolution all over again. AI art. That's an oxymoron if I've seen any. Yeah, man! Throw shit posters, use paint! After participating in a couple of races, especially the dangerous ones, you will also notice that we love fair play.
Gotcha, bitch!
Think you can squeeze through that tunnel? Not on my fucking watch. Think you can survive? Die. I'm straight up committing murder. Now, what do our residents like to do besides vehicular manslaughter? Well, I'm glad you asked.
Change the camera to fucking Chevrolet jumps.
We're spending all of our free time making a musical playlist to go with our rampage. Last year's trend was Haitian funk, which lasted for a while. But this year's hot new trend is ultra-masculine white girl playlists during the day. Whoa! We're glorifying Miami here. You Californians are rich enough already. We'll be taking the Need for Speed bar. You guys can take the heat. Need for Speed, more like Need for Fire Hydrant. And at night, we listen to straight up noise. This isn't hyperbole. We're fucking up our eardrums. But if you do value your ears, we have recently legalized the Most Wanted playlist. This one's my favorite for when I'm overthrowing the government. So in conclusion, to Governor Ron DeSantis and Mayor Francis Suarez, please please don't sue. And to you, dear future citizen of Miami, if you're looking for a place to relocate to in the land of the free, or just really want to feel what it's like to be a sensei millionaire for 3 seconds before remembering that part about being a pedestrian, then visit our beautiful city of Miami. That's what I get for being tall, sexy, handsome, and strong. No, wait, I think it's